Title which indicates any sort of sexual talk? Check. You on this video? Check. But don't leave. There are other reasons to stay. I can't come up with them right now, but there are other reasons to stay, I promise. Anyway, my first time. Let's talk about that. Where did that come from? This is not because I'm running out of ideas for videos. There are plenty of games to play. What are you all talking about? Yeah. It's not very good, is it? Anyway, today we're gonna go through questions that no one will actually correlate with the title, because every time someone puts this in the title, people are like, oh, they're gonna talk about sex now, huh? Okay, I'm gonna watch that, and then they end up talking about their first cell phone, which is exactly what we're gonna do. First app you check when you wake up in the morning. Has to be Grindr, I'm very lonely. First broken bone. Does a heart count? I don't think so. Otherwise than that, I've never broken anything. First foreign country you ever visited. As much as I hate to admit it, it's probably fucking Germany, isn't it? First Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook post. I actually had Facebook before any of them. I only started Instagram in like 2014, because I'm old school like that, or even 15 maybe. Could well be either of the two. And my first ever post was on Facebook, because I've been active on that for a lot longer. And my first Facebook post was, this picture right here. Stay classy, people. First makeup item, my face. It comes in the package. I bought it instantly when I was born. First ever plane ride you went on. That was to Greece. Not even that long ago. It was 2010. Wait, that's 7 years ago. That is long. Fuck, I'm old. First YouTuber you subscribed to. It has to be the Yogscast, I believe it was. That's a long time ago as well. Again, very old. I need to go shopping for canes pretty soon. And I'm more walking canes. Like a walking stick, you know? Not as in sugar canes. Can't handle those. First time you went shopping on your own. As soon as the internet was invented. My first boyfriend or girlfriend. Jesus, I believe I had a girlfriend in kindergarten. Oh well. My first car. I'm actually Dutch, so could we rather talk about my first bike? It was actually a really small one with these little side wheels, and I managed to learn how to actually ride a bike when in France, somewhere in the hills, and I ended up rolling down one of them hills, almost crashing into a bunch of people and almost breaking myself and 100,000 people in the process. That was great! My first cooking experience. As a baby, I once put my finger in the flames of the stove. I don't know if that counts. It was very painful though. My first ever cell phone. I'm one of those old school people who actually started out with a Nokia. One of those things that you had to actually like, it wasn't even a slide, it was like a click open thing. You get like this, I don't know how do you call that? My first ever girlfriend. I got a rubber duck when I was born, probably female, and I ate her. So yeah, my first ever kiss. I don't know if the eating part counts as that, but maybe. My first heartbreak. Probably when I ate my rubber ducky. Like, only then did I realize that I actually fucking ate her. And when I mean ate, I don't mean like the sexual way. I mean like actually took bites out of my rubber duck. Which is exactly why they took it from me in the end. Because it was dangerous to myself. My first Instagram post. Actually this one. Don't know why, I just felt like posting that weight. It's very handsome, just like, not like myself. My first job. I've never been employed anywhere actually properly. I mean, I had like internships at like different companies and stuff, but I've never landed an actual proper job, as in where I got a multi-year contract and stayed up. So I suppose YouTube, as I had a contract, multiple year contract with Disney and now with Curse, I guess that is my job. My first pet. Jesus, we had a lot. When I was born, we had a dog, which I actually took rides on. I was very fat as a child, so that wasn't a great idea. We also had a couple of cats, who I was, like, swinging around like that, and the cat was like, with a very annoyed face, as you probably could imagine. I also had a rat at some point, like one of those tame rats. Pretty cool. She died, so I ordered my little brother to scream at her until she woke up. Didn't work. I also had goldfish. It killed itself by actually swimming over its little castle and killing itself in the process. I don't know how he even did that, but he died. I also had a couple of hamsters at some point, and my brother's hamster actually ate mine. Pets are not a good idea for me. My first piercing, and when did I get it? I've stepped on a nail twice with my foot, so probably that right there. My first swear word. Okay, this is actually a serious, funny story. My mother told me because I didn't even remember because I was way too young. At school, I was at school at some point, and someone, a guy that was walking around, I don't know, he was on a phone, and he something bad happened, obviously, and he said the Dutch word for vagina, which is kut, basically. So he was like, kut, and I was like, what's that? I actually asked him what that meant because I didn't know. And he was like, shit, I can't tell this kid what it actually means because that is not good. I'm a responsible adult. I should lie. So he lied and he told me that actually means the tip of your nose. And then later on that night, my dad was eating ice cream with some whipped cream, and of course it landed on the tip of his nose. So I said, well, fill in the blanks. And that was my first swear word ever. The first thing I do every morning, considering why I'm even still alive. The first thing I do when I get home, still considering why the fuck I'm even still alive. The first person I talk to today, does my cat actually count? The first person you text when something exciting happens. That's actually difficult because I've never had like this, I never had a person that I've always like, for years on end now, whenever something exciting happens, I would text her. I had a girlfriend at some point, like from when I was like 14 to 16, and obviously when something exciting happened, I texted her at that point. Then in between, I had friends, which I texted, my mother, I texted points. Of course, recently I had a girlfriend as well who I texted every time something exciting happens. And at the moment, I kind of keep it to myself if something exciting happens, which doesn't. My life isn't that exciting. I recently went to see Pirates of the Caribbean, though, the 5th one. Decent film. It's decent. It's not great, but it's decent. I don't know how we got to that all of a sudden, but I mean, I felt like sharing that. Can we just stop this video? It doesn't make any fucking sense. What is happening? What am I doing? Where's the producer? What the hell is... Oh yeah, right, no, I'm doing this on my own. I totally did this on my own. Well, that's right. I'm gonna leave it here. So as a question to you, what's the first video you ever saw of me? Answer that in the comments down below if you please, as well as leaving a like and subscribing if you haven't already. And if you haven't subscribed already, I presume that the answer to the first question you've ever seen is this video right here. But just confirm it in the comments down below, or just answer any particular question. I don't care. I mean, I do care. Didn't mean that. I didn't mean it like, I'm sorry. I'm very... I should probably shut up and go. Bye!